Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 39 of my Regrowth Let's Play. Last time, we got most of the boilers set up. We have some industrial steam engines pumping some power into some lasers. However, they're having some trouble that I don't quite understand. So, they say that they are generating 80 redstone flux per tick each. And these wooden kinesis pipes claim that they can accept 320 redstone flux per tick each, and each one of them is accepting from one steam engine. And these diamond kinesis pipes say that they can transport over 10,000 redstone flux per tick each. However, the lasers are supposed to be able to use something like 40 redstone flux per tick, and they're only transmitting around 120 into the energy table. And I know that that blue laser is the only one that's working at full speed. So somehow my 240 redstone flux per tick engines are not able to run my 240 redstone flux per tick lasers. I'm not 100% certain why that is, but we're going to try a couple of things to fix it. One thing I did note was that using a loop in your power system is a terrible idea in Buildcraft. It will fill up the entire area and just kind of cause a blockage that slows everything down. You'll notice that these 4 lasers are no longer receiving much in the way of power and everything is no longer working. So you want to make sure that you're building a primary power trunk and then branching pipes off of that. We're going to do a couple of things to make that easier today. One thing that we're going to do to support that is we're going to create some pipe plugs. And you do that by combining your basic cobblestone transfer pipe with some gravel to create cobblestone structure pipes. These do not allow anything to pass through them. I can put it right here, and it doesn't mind. It just doesn't even connect to anything. But you can run pipe wire on those, which is going to be an important concept that we're going to cover hopefully today. And when I put those cobblestone structure pipes into the assembly table, it gives me the option to make pipe plugs out of them. Each one of these pipes turns into 8 pipe plugs. It only requires 10,000 RF to complete. Another thing that we're going to create today are the pipe wires. We're going to add in red, green, blue, and yellow dye in the form of red, green, blue, and yellow floral powder. And we're going to set this thing to go ahead and create all of the different pipe wires. These only cost 5,000 RF per tick, and each craft of them uses a little bit of iron, a little bit of redstone, and the floral powder. So once again, we'll create a stack of those as well. Now, the way you use the pipe plugs, by the way, if you stick a chest next to your assembly table, anything the assembly table produces will be put into the chest. If you fail to do this, they will just be dropped onto the ground. And you can set up multiple things for it to process through, and as long as it has materials, it will go ahead and make all of them. As you can see, it's now gone back to the pipe plugs, and it's cycling through the 4 different colors of pipe wire as we speak. To make use of the plugs, you would, for example, place a plug here and a plug here. And now, those 2 pipes will not connect if we were to put, say, a diamond kinesis pipe right in there. That allows us to segregate this branch from the other branches and feed it into the main trunk, allowing us to provide more power. It also allows us to set up lasers in a nice block formation like that without causing them to create a loop. And I have no idea why those lasers all turned... Oh, because we're all out of things to produce. That's okay. We're going to make some pulsating chipsets because I need those, and they're 400,000 RF each. So, oh yeah, we're actually getting a pretty good energy rate this time. Interesting. I have no idea why that is. It just seems like... And now it's tanking again. So one thing we're going to try to do is we're going to assume that these wooden kinesis pipes are lying to us, and they're not actually able to keep up with the demand. We're going to grab 6-ish emeralds. Should be plenty. We're going to combine those with some glass to create some emerald pipes, and then we're going to turn those into emerald kinesis pipes, because emerald is the other input color material. We're going to try replacing those wooden kinesis pipes with these emerald kinesis pipes and hope it fixes the problem. Alright, you, and you. There we go. And unlike other types of emerald pipes, the emerald kinesis pipes do not have any sort of filter on right-click. Now if I take a look, and these guys are still doing the same thing. And this guy is still, well, he's moving better now. We should, with 4 engines and 8 lasers, be able to get this thing up to 320 RF per tick. So I have to assume that it was, in fact, the wooden kinesis pipes that were the bottleneck, and that you need emerald kinesis pipes for something as powerful as an industrial steam engine. Just a note for the future. Anyway, we've got one more thing that we want to do with these chipsets before we continue. Hang on just a moment here. Yeah, we can finally finish getting the engines built, and then we can continue on. Actually, we can't quite finish. It's going to take 32 steel ingots. Sigh. This is quite the crafting project we have going on here. There we go. We are really low on redstone. I'll set up some redstone seeds real quick here while we talk about the next step. So, the other thing that we are going to want for our kinesis pipes, well, for our table setup over there, is a new table called an integration table. That is going to allow us to add our chipsets together and make improved items out of them. There we go. Get these growing. Fantastic. To create the integration table is very similar to the assembly table. We're going to need another gear, which is going to require us to, well, let's put my white bag away and grab a stone gear out of the Buildcraft bag. And then this time, instead of using a bit of redstone in the center of the recipe, we're going to need a redstone chipset. One of these right here. There we go. So, let's go ahead and look up the integration table. Start crafting that. And, yep, redstone chipset, diamond gear. Bam. The integration table is much like the assembly table. You know what? I'd be willing to bet. Here, we'll let that run out. We'll break this. We're going to put the assembly table here. We're going to grab our dolly out of our tool bag so that we can move the chest to here. And we're going to put the integration table there. And I bet that this is close enough it'll be able to use both. So let's get that in. Let's get the ender pearl back in. Oh, it also needs some redstone, because everything uses redstone in the assembly table. And we'll put our iron and our gold back in there. Now, I want to start making gates. Gates are the cool bit out of BC Silicon. And they are made by combining pipe wire and chipsets. If I combine a redstone chipset and a red pipe wire, I can make a basic gate, which is compatible with red wires. But in this case, that's not a worry. That's not something I'm concerned about. Yeah, see, it seems to be working fine now at getting 320 RF per tick. Really, really strange. I guess things just took time to warm up or something. Anyway, so we're going to give that gate a moment to process. And then when we have the gate and the pulsating chipsets, we'll be able to do something cool with that. While that works, we can make the rest of the crusher, the rock crusher. Yeah, okay. So, rock crusher. We have not the diamonds on hand. Do I have enough diamonds? Not quite, but that's okay. I have some diamond essence that's hanging around. We can also get more coal essence into the system. The whole idea of the gates is they're going to allow us to power this whole setup without using an engine, which is going to be cool. There we go. That'll do for now. So, diamonds, these, these. There we go. And rock crusher. Finally. The whole point of creating the rock crusher is, if you remember way back when we got that Firestone ore, well, if we use this in the rock crusher, we will get raw firestone, and that will cause fires around us, which is why we are building all of this over here in this partial wasteland where it can't cause a lot of problems. We're going to run some more diamond kinesis pipe, and this is temporary. I'm not sure if the rock crusher will even stay built long term. We're going to run some more diamond kinesis pipe this way. Actually, off of you. That branch can go away. It's not doing anything useful. And we're going to go ahead and put our rock crusher together right here. And as it tells you, it is a 3x2x2. And once it's built, you can see that one of them changes and now it can be interacted with. And it almost instantly filled up to the 16,000 RF that it could fit because the kinesis pipes are transferring so much energy right now. They are chock full of energy because the assembly table is now doing nothing. So the gate. Let's talk about the gate for a second. Well, actually, no. We'll talk about the gate in a moment. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab out our Firestone ore. And we're going to put that into the rock crusher. Because this is going to take it's actually going to go really, really fast with that much power in it. Awesome. Now that we have raw Firestone, we need to combine that with 4 diamond pickaxes to create the cut Firestone. So I'm going to let some diamonds grow for me because I'm going to need 12 diamonds to make that happen. While we wait for these to regrow, we can go ahead and, you know what? Some of them ended up in here. There we go. While we wait for these to actually, wait. Yeah, I'm still too short. So as I keep trying to say and then interrupting myself, while we wait for those to regrow, we're going to go ahead and look at what the gates can do. Now, on its own, this gate, if installed, say right there, I can right click on it and I can tell it, hey, when you are noticing this sort of thing, go ahead and do an action. And one of the most useful things, for example, for this basic gate, would be to say, if you notice that you have a gate triggers, there should be a pipe wire available. Oh, you know what? It can't do a pipe wire because we don't have any red pipe wire attached to that pipe. Now, if I travel through these again, red pipe signal on. If we have that, we can tell it to turn the redstone signal on. And then, if I were to, say, run that pipe wire to... hang on a second. I could really use some more structure pipes. That's what this is coming down to. So let me grab a little bit of gravel. And a little bit of cobblestone pipes. Make us some structure pipes. And now run just like this to right there. Put a lever here. I'm going to need more of those gates before I can continue though. So let's just go ahead and grab, 12 more redstone chipsets. Hang on now. Why are you not allowing me to make the gate? Basic gate. Redstone. Oh, red pipe wire. I have no red pipe wire in there. That's okay. Also easily fixed. We're going to go ahead and make 12 more of these gates. At 320 RF per tick, they're going to go very, very quickly. Now, we're going to run the red pipe wire down this pipe to this bit of cobblestone structure pipe. And we're going to go ahead and attach it to the rest of the emerald kinesis pipes too. Ooh, actually, it won't connect from emerald kinesis pipe to emerald kinesis pipe, will it? That's okay. We can run it down the... will it only connect on connecting pipes? That is a new and different behavior that I'm used to. That's okay. We can go ahead and put pipe wire all over this thing. That's fine. I don't mind. So yeah, your pipes will only connect between pipes if the two non-connecting pipes are cobblestone structure pipes. Even using a pipe plug will cut off your pipe wire. That is definitely new behavior, and I am totally okay with this. So if we put a gate here, and this is one of the most basic possible uses of gates, by the way. And then one here, and one here. We can then go in and set this guy as well to red pipe signal on, redstone signal. Sorry for the sudden cut, had a very important phone call to take. All right, so we got this guy configured, red pipe signal on, redstone signal, and we would need to do the same thing to these two. However, there is a better way. The gate copier from BC Transport. If we combine a wrench with a redstone silicon chipset, we can create the gate copier. And what the gate copier does is it allows us to right-click on this gate, copied gate information to copier, and then right-click here. Ooh, and then shift, I believe we right-click on this gate to get the information from the gate, and then shift right-click to paste copied data to gate. And now if I take a look at these, you can see that they are both on red pipe signal on and redstone signal. And now we need this gate to be set to the opposite of that. Redstone signal off, red pipe signal. So if I were to remove these two, oh, actually, we didn't want redstone signal off. We wanted redstone signal on. So now, when this pipe is given a redstone signal, it will change that into a red pipe signal, transport it along the wires, and set all of the gates to red pipe to output a redstone signal, which will activate these engines. Fantastic, huh? I really like this. I love BC because of the gates. Also, interestingly, it looks like we can now set the gates to any side of the pipe that we want. So there's some interesting cosmetic potential there if you play around with things. All right, the gate copier is going to go away for now. We do have one other neat thing that we're going to do with gates. I need to grab a basic gate and a pulsating chipset. And if I put those together in the integration table, well, you can see that it starts getting power from the lasers. This is a recipe that is going to require 100,000 redstone flux. It's taking its time there, isn't it? It takes a moment for things to kick into gear. That's okay. And there we go. Now we have an installed expansion on this, the autarchic pulsar. To use that, well, you just connect it to one of the emerald transport pipe right here. And I can tell it, hey, when you have no redstone signal, go ahead and energy pulsar. And that will activate the extraction pipe. Better gates can run faster, I believe. It's just pretty cool. It's got an animation to it now. That never used to be there. That is neat. Anyway, this gets our Essence of Coal system automated once more, which is great. If we wanted that to run even faster, we would need to make a better gate, as far as I'm aware. So let's try it with a diamond silicon chipset, which is going to require all 4 colors of wire, not just red. And that will allow us to create a diamond OR gate or a diamond AND gate. We'll get into what AND and OR gates allow later on. Right now, we're just going to start the very lengthy process of transmitting in 800,000 redstone flux so that we can create that gate. And we're going to continue with cleaning up the mess of all of this steel and everything. Wow. Come on, you're almost there. I can practically taste it. Anyway, a couple of other things we're going to do. I actually want one more of these basic pulsating, or 2 more of these basic pulsating gates. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Well, we'll set that to happen. I don't actually know how it's going to split things up. Interesting. Just kind of ended up randomly splitting it up like that. I don't know. This is fun. I like lasers. I like this whole form of crafting. So, and then we can leave it alone and we can go away and let it do its thing for a little bit, which is great, in my opinion. We can get some more diamond, and then we can continue on with the Firestone, and why exactly I'm looking forward to the Firestone. A whole lot of cool stuff is happening this episode. It's just all coming together bit by bit, and I'm really enjoying this build sequence. So I hope this is something that you guys find interesting and not too frustrating with the way that I'm kind of bouncing from project to project to project. This is just the way that I Minecraft naturally. So yeah, hope it's good for you. We're gonna need 8 sticks. And we're gonna need that Firestone, that raw Firestone. All right, so let's go ahead and create our pickaxes. Put them in here. And cut the Firestone into the cut Firestone. Still, it's Energy's Rage out of control. And now the cut Firestone can be refined into a refined cut Firestone using 4 lava buckets and 4 blocks of redstone. So we're going to stash the Firestone and put out the fire that I accidentally started. Yeesh. Gotta be careful with Firestone. It is really dangerous stuff. And we're going to need to get ourselves 36 redstone dust. So let's harvest up our redstone essence here. Which, of course, some of it got grabbed by this, but that's okay. This guy seems to be doing a fairly decent job of actually working through everything on his own. Maybe he doesn't need an upgrade. Anyway, 1 harvest of redstone gets us over a stack, which is great. And now we're going to need the lava. We need 4 buckets of lava, which I don't think I even have a 4th bucket. That's okay. Easily solved. Now, after this will come the really terrifying part. So all of this work in crafting the Firestone and cutting it and refining it and all of that. Oh, there we go. Perfect. You can be on the ground for the moment. I should pick this up as I craft. There we go. There's going to be some more flames created around me. All of this work to create this refined Firestone, which is finally done. Any fires? No? Great. And now it needs to be charged. To charge it, we're going to need to take it to the Nether. But before I do that, I want to get my personal anchor set back up in this area. I don't have hoppers or anything on me, but that's okay. We can just come and plop it down right next to here for a moment. It'll last another third. How did you exist? I must have missed a spot while I was lighting things up. Oh, and before we go to the Nether, we're going to swap back to our actual protective armor because I've died too many times lately because of that. And what else did I need before I went anywhere? I needed to grab a couple of ender pearls and feed that personal anchor, which is going to require the tool bit. Wow. So many things in the inventory. And that slight bit of lag as I right click and nothing happens is really, really frustrating to me. But I know that there are some issues involving a bee build nearby or something similar. Anyway, there we go. Now we've got the personal anchor all fueled up, and that'll last even when I'm away. Oh, look, these guys are done. We will have to test out some cool gate stuff in a bit. We are, however, going to set this diamond gate to become an autarkic gate, which does not require any more than the basic gate to make happen. So, off to the Nether. Now, the scary part about all of this is to charge this Firestone, we have to toss it into lava. Which seems like, why would you do that? This is something that you've just worked so hard to build the infrastructure to even create, and now you're just going to throw it into the lava? Yes, we are. But then it does this. And it is absorbing the heat energy of the lava and charging itself up. It will keep doing this for quite a while. That is just awesome. So, while we let that do its thing, let's check how many quests we completed. 5 more. I am terrible at remembering to check out the quest line. Oh yeah, actually no. Most of these are just from last time that we didn't hand in. Ooh, we get 2 free lasers and 3 redstone chipsets out of this. Hey, no. Cut that out. Bad gassed. Oh look, it dropped a tier. And I don't care because I can grow an infinite number of them. Look at how much area it's covering. You can pick it up midway through the process, but you really want to let it finish. And that is just a really cool effect with all of those fire particles flying out of the lava and into the stone. Ah, that's awesome. That is just so cool. One of the coolest things to come out of Railcraft, for certain. And my first time playing with it, which makes it extra special for me. Alright, almost done, almost done, almost done. I think. Man, look at those particles. I think that this is the same style of particle that the Buildcraft filler uses now. The particle arc looks very similar. And also, if I take a look at here and I dig down, it's not just like absorbing the surface. No, it's everything all the way down has been turned into obsidian. Wow, can't believe that's not done yet. Alright, so I will be back once this finishes. See you soon. Alright folks, looks like it has finished. Let's grab it up. Stop that. Darn hellhounds. Need to give it a left click to pick it up. Filled with energy, you need only exert your will on it to release blistering heat. One of the options to exert your will is to right-click it in the world, and if you do, it consumes just a tiny bit of power and functions exactly like a flint and steel, lighting things on fire. The best use of it, though, and the reason I wanted to craft it in the first place, is to heat up your boiler. Large boilers take a very long time to heat up. And when you have the ability to be immune to fire, you're better off going and getting a Firestone first. Wow, we've already generated a couple of stacks of coal blocks over and above what we're using. And this thing is pumping faster than it's generating, so that's fine. Unfortunately, I think I need something a little faster than this crafty crate, because it can't quite seem to keep up with the coal output. But that might just be something that's happening right now because of an overabundance of initial materials. Let's try speeding it up a bit. See if that helps any. Give it more buffer. Another fun thing about Buildcraft systems, they don't always work right off the bat. Sometimes you need to play with them a few times and work with them a bit to get them working at 100% efficiency. Some see that as a problem, but honestly, sometimes that can be exactly what you need. Yay, we can finally condense our inventory. There we go. Now we have all 18 industrial steam engines completed. I no longer have extra bushings in my inventory. We can put the steel plates away, and we can deposit the ingots into there, and then just allow you to continue. Alright, let's go over a couple of things that I wanted to do. One, we've got this diamond and gate with the autarkic pulsar completed. So I'm now just going to go ahead and make... wait a second. No, I already have a couple of autarkic pulsar and gates here. First thing I want to do, I want to use some emerald fluid pipes to keep my coke ovens running. Because these guys, they fill up with creosote and they stop producing. I've already got the void pipe here between them. We're going to set one emerald fluid pipe there and one emerald fluid pipe there. And now we need a new wrench, because I haven't made one of those yet. Which, that's right, stone gear and iron. Easy peasy. There we are. Now I can set this pipe on top to pull from the right, and the pipe on bottom will pull from the left. Now I give it the autarkic basic gates, and we go ahead and tell both of them that when we can do fluid in tank. Actually, contains... I can do contains less than, but I want contains greater than. Darn. So what we can do, we can have it be, whenever there's fluid in the tank is probably going to be the best thing. We will have it energy pulsar. And now it's going to start pumping the fluid out of that tank and voiding it, because it can't go into this tank. And then we're going to do the same thing on this one. Fluid in tank, energy pulsar. By the way, you can scroll forward and backward through things by left and right clicking. There we go. And now these things will, anytime that there is fluid to drain out, pump, and anytime there is not, they will stop, which is cool. Alrighty, I'm done with you for the moment. We're going to turn on this lever to stop the hopper, and then we're going to grab all of the coal out of here. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and start tearing this thing down. Which is going to require a little bit of patience. That's okay. I hate to waste all this power, but that's okay. It's gone. And I knew when I built this that all of this was going to have to go away. It's a sad, sad day, but I will survive somehow. The reason I'm using the Manulin pickaxe right now is because these lasers and also the tables have the same hardness, the same difficulty in moving or in breaking as obsidian. And I don't want to have to spend all day waiting for the Terra Shatterer to get through when it only has efficiency 4, when I've upgraded this almost as far as I can and it's at a mining speed of 31. We will be able to upgrade that further when I go kill a wither and apply a nether star to it to get another modifier. I haven't done that yet. I don't know when I'm going to. Alright, get you over here. And honestly, I'm basically done with the rock crusher for the moment, but we'll keep it built anyway because it is kind of a cool thing. So we're not going to get rid of it yet. Okay, upgrading the boiler. We're going to need our solid fueled boiler boxes and our high pressure boiler tanks, and we're going to go from a 2x2x2, which is 8 tank boiler, into a 3x3x4 or 36 tank boiler, increasing our total potential capacity by more than 4 times. Impressive, eh? Boom. This has a potential steam fill maximum of 1,152,000 millibuckets. And if I were to start putting in charcoal, as you can see, it goes very, very slow. It is not going to heat quickly. That's why we have the Firestone. We're going to put that in there. While the Firestone's in there, it will drain the energy of the Firestone. It works just like fuel in any boiler or furnace, but it will heat up at 4 times the rate that it normally would. As you can see, this is going to get us up to boiling temperatures a lot faster, and most importantly, it will get us up to that 1000 degrees C, which is the max heat of a high-pressure boiler, far sooner than our coal would be able to. That is just fantastic. And look how much heat is left in it. Now, the problem is you get 1 bar. You only get to use it once. Once you have made use of it as fuel, instead of being a refined Firestone, it will turn into a cracked Firestone. You get one use of it, damaged, but it could still be useful if you could recharge it, and then you can recharge it once. And then it turns into the leaking heat. It can still be used if you're careful, and you can carefully turn it back into a refined Firestone, as you can see. You can eventually destroy it entirely to turn it back into a... You basically saved 9 redstone over building a brand new one if you want to repair it with more Firestone. Still, as you can see, we're already at 250 degrees. We would not be nearly close to that if we were using just coal. So fantastic, creating lots of steam. We're going to be able to turn lots of lots of steam into lots of power. I seem to have lost an engine somewhere. Yep, it's down here. I can see it right there. I think that's everything. Yep, looks to be everything that was down here. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and extend this one layer deeper. And fill in that bottom with some water as well. This way I can get down easily. There we are. I'm not picking everything up for some reason. Oh, because that's stone. Oh, no, I should be picking up. Maybe that's a different kind of stone. Anyway, I'm not too worried about leaving some items down here. They can rot for all I care. Get the dirt back into place. And we're golden. There we have it, folks. Completed boiler. Already almost halfway heated up. And the Firestone is doing its job. We are continually producing more blocks of coal coke to fill up the blast furnace to keep producing more steel. You know what? I should maybe fill these with stone so that we only keep 2 extra stacks of coal coke blocks around. That sounds like the best. We are extracting any creosote that ends up in these coke ovens into a void pipe. Perhaps later we will build something to actually save that stuff. And yeah, we're in good shape. All right. So that's going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to set the chipsets back up to produce a bunch of extra chipset type material for myself. Make some more gates. Oh, that's the last thing we wanted to check. Never mind. We're going to hang on one more moment because we're going to go cram this diamond gate onto this this pipe. For one, we can have both gates on the pipe at the same time. For two, you can see how the diamond AND gate is very, very complicated looking. Well, I'm not going to cover how all of that works today, but we will cover next time. Energy pulsar, there we go. And are you going to move faster? No, it doesn't look like that actually speeds it up a lot. I mean, having 2 gates on there working is faster than having 1 gate, and you could potentially have 4 gates on there pulsing. But the the diamond gate doesn't seem to move any faster than the regular gate on itself. Yeah, pretty good. All right, that's all for today, folks. Wow, this is just producing a lot of coal. We need to find more ways to use coal. We are going to find more ways to use lots of coal. And maybe something faster than the crafty crate for transforming our coal into blocks. Thank you very much for joining me, folks. Hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please leave me a thumbs up and tell me what you liked. If you have not, please leave me a thumbs down and tell me what I can do better. Either way, you'll be interacting, so I continue showing up in your subscriber feed, and I'll see you next time.